Hey, buddy, why don't you and me, we have a little talk about the like button down here? I hit it. I think you should hit it too. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Welcome to the family.
Double A, double up. Yeah. Double A, double up. The money I color up. Color up. Double A, double up. The money I color up. 2 turns of 4, 4 turns of 8. Sleep and get paid. Rich when I wake. I bet the bank. I set the pace. Yes, what I make, that's what I make. Counting pockets, that's a trending topic. You got this and you got that, but got no spending options. I keep quiet, but still get it rocking. I keep quiet with it in my pocket. I keep quiet, moving stuff for silent. Double A, double up. The money I color up. Color up. Double A, double up. The money I color up. I swear God been blessing me. You think you been testing me? Throw me lemons, watch lemons squeeze. Pieces been my recipe. You buy watch and bust them down. Mine is my investment piece. Heard your mixes drowning out. You need to call Trevor, please. I don't fold, I don't fear. Pearly whites, no veneers. Keep it clean, check it's clear. Water clear, P is clear. See the light, you go dear. See the light, I go near. Let me shine, watch me shine. I'ma shine, vision clear. Double A, double up. The money I color up. Color up. Double A, double up. The money I color up. None of my cash can fold, none of my cars are gold. Digital dash on hold. None of my cash can fold, none of my cars are gold. Digital dash on gold. Cash digital. The dash is digital. Go. Digital. Digital. The cash is digital. The dash is digital. Run it up. Digital. Stepping like Marty McFly, stepping I feel like the guy. I got them looking like why, I never doubted me why. I never doubted my guys, you know you in it for win. I stand on 10, you on 10. I don't have friends of a friend, only the fan of the kin. Only my wife and my kids, that's all I needed to win. Now I only trust my true friends, had to cut off my loose ends. You know I win if you win, you know you win if I win. I swipe that cash, don't fold, I swipe my bank on gold. Don't think that I've been dumb, I spend like I've been broke. None of my cash can fold, none of my cars are gold. Digital dash on hold. None of my cash can fold, none of my cars are gold. Digital dash on gold. Cash digital. The dash is digital. Go. Digital. The cash is digital. The dash is digital. Run it up. Digital. Living my truth, no tricks. I'm trying to feed my kids. I'm trying to keep my wife. I'm trying to live my life while we get rich. My biz. Money gon' come, some go. Man, if you know, you know. I've been through highs and lows. Here for the ride, I go. Slide and roll. Up and down, but I get up. The numbers crunching, no sit-ups. I grew up and got dripped up. Purple label, my get up. That's 101, not a run and done. Month to month, and there's more to come. I told Cushy, let's run it up. Now it's millions on millions. None of my cash can fold, none of my cars are gold. Digital dash on hold. None of my cash can fold, none of my cars are gold. Digital dash on gold. Cash digital. The dash is digital. Go. Digital. The cash is digital. The dash is digital. Run it up. Digital.
Damn, feeling lucky. Check 1 2 1 2.
Caught up in these talks, circling my head top. Should have been more cautious. Now I got what I wanted. Many I've been here before. Made it out of 11 more. Like my phone cortex, so I can't stop. I want it all. Listen up, I'm calling you. I need you to tell the truth. Remember when you wanted to. Remember that I said what you.
Check 1 2 1 2.
Tell man, eat your greens. When you fight, but you do be clean. Then you come to the bed and you love real dirty. Everybody sweater drops, you're real keen. Bring it, let me get your juiciest piece. Can't remember when I've had the same please. The shops of the club never had no boundary. How's it gonna be? Wanna eat these centipedes? Where we gonna go? You're gonna eat these calories. Giving me a treat to refill these batteries. Then you only them on your knees.
Here we go.
For those of you out there who have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Welcome everyone to Late Night Crypto Charts with Road Dogg. My name is Lane and we're here taking a look at the charts here. Bitcoin Sunday night, figure out what's happening. I'm on the 15-minute time frame right now. See a nice little bounce off that 200 moving average. Second time it's done that. Looks kind of yummy, right? Looks kind of yummy. Until you zoom out or until you pull on some bigger moving averages here. I'm pulling out the big dogs right now. I've got the 300 or 360. A circle and a square are defined by 360, by the way. Throwing that out there. Crossing negatively over the 200. That's a bearish cross there. Nice bounce here off the 200, but look what we're fighting with right now. Who is that? Who is that sitting right there on top of price action? That is none other than Lucy herself, holding down price action right here. That red line is the, believe it or not, 666 moving average, and I'm just telling you, all three of these moving averages, especially when you zoom out, oh my gosh, the way that they play out is amazing. And above this is the 800 moving average. That's the little extra one. So we've got the bigger ones are going a little bearish on us. It's only a 15-minute time frame. Let's turn that little nonsense off. Let's just go to the 1 hour. Oh, what's catching us at the 1 hour? Well, about 200 moving average, the same place that Lucy's sitting at right now on the 15. Threatening to just throw us back into this big old thick Ichimoku green cloud. Because we also have the 100 moving average down below it with the 50. 50 is trying to make some progress, and I'm sure everybody's looking forward to a possible golden cross here, but what if the 50 holds it back? I'm just saying, what if we kind of get up here with that one and we just turn over? Just some of the signs that I'm kind of seeing in the market. I know it's a mixed bag out there, everybody trying to figure out if it's bullish or bearish, and it sucks when you have to say, well, it's kind of neutral. It's a cop-out. Sounds like a cop-out. Or is it? We are up here at this rising channel here, finding resistance at this little toppy area. However, we're above this 618, the major 618 Fibonacci move that we got rejected at over here. Bounced up through there. I'm still saying it's very probable at some point. I don't know if it's happening now or maybe it's 6 months down the road, coming back to retest that Fibonacci area. It just makes so much sense to do that. It needs to do that. That is such a major key area right there. But you could look at this as accumulation or distribution, and I'm afraid that I can't tell you which one it is. I'm inclining to in some kind of form of accumulation Although it may involve dropping down a level and playing down here. It's kind of how I would see it. And that would look a lot like distribution. So gosh darn it, what to do? But this area is holding up very well. That's actually a 386 Fibonacci area. Speaking of Fibonacci's, I've got some books on order. But you know what? I found one of them. I found the most expensive one. Cost me about 70 bucks on Amazon. I just ordered it, I think last night or earlier today. But I found a digital copy, an earlier version, not the latest edition. Hey, it's all gold, with maybe an extra paragraph thrown in that's probably not very relevant for the revisions. But I did put them over. If you go to the Rodar chart room, it's divided up in the sections here. And in this area, the student charts, I have posted along with some other stuff from Bukowski's site there, that some very interesting little short articles that kind of tell you how to do certain things. But I put the book over here. It's called Fibonacci Trading: How to Master Time and Price Advantage. It's oh my gosh, I forgot who she's by. She's a legend though. Oh my gosh, Barbara, it's not coming to me. And then I've got another shorter one over there, a little PDF that's coming more from the Forex side. So that information, then some other stuff from pattern site.com, how to rate patterns, tricks and traps. Nice little ticks and trips right here for trading. Position sizing, candlestick patterns, giving you the whole setups here. Just to remind you where to go to get a good and solid education, thepatternSite.com. Thomas Bukowski or his books, however you want to do it. Website's free. If you have a little money, you can start there. When you get to be an aficionado and appreciate what he does, you can go out, show some respect, and get the real bucks. So you have a copy that you can go through at any time, even though it is easier clicking on the website. I'm just saying, yeah. All right, so we could be in some form. We're definitely in a range, right? What a lot of people are looking at as, and it did look very much like it could be a NIM pattern. It was, it was until it decided not to be. It decided to invalidate that little guy, or working to invalidate that little guy. So very interesting, but we're still making lower lows. If you notice that, lower lows and lower highs, they're just very shallow. And this little white trend line just kind of tracks that just a little bit there. But so the question is, are we coming down? And it looks like on the bigger time frames, from what I can see there, we're probably, it's a mixed bag, folks. Here we are on the daily with our yummy MACD, and it's already got a bearish cross. Now, how bearish it gets, we just have to see. It could do something, it's done some flip-flops before in the past. It might decide to flip-flop again. Looks like she's around. You can't tell this early on. It's hard to tell. You got to give it time. But yeah, when you come to the bigger time frames like the weekly, it's overall bullish. So it sounds like we have like a week of sideways. Probably. Mostly. It's kind of what it sounds like. Weekly still has the big old duck lips. Did that scare you? Three-day we're looking okay, but getting a little tired, so she can get a little bit tired. Let's see, the 5-day is still doing a-okay. 2 week, I'm just checking things out, man. Just checking things out. 2 weeks still looks nice and strong. Just chugging. Oh, that's the monthly. Monthly looks nice and strong, chugging along. 2 weeks, doing just fine. Weekly, doing just fine. 5-day, doing okay. 3-day, getting a little tired. 1 day, maybe I've had it. I've got to take a break. And then let's just come down to the 4 hour and see what we're doing here. We just chilling, don't know. Kind of a bottom, kind of tired. I'm anxious to see what it's going to be like tomorrow. It's usually false move Monday, where I don't know, they take us in one direction and then they decide to take us in the other direction, usually the next day. A lot of times it plays out that way. What we can see here is that we got converging moving averages as they just slowly come up here. On the smaller time frames, they've all done that when we get this pattern. And it basically comes up, they'll do this on the various time frames until it gets to the point where a 200 moving average is up there and it decides to either bust off of it or flip down below it. You will start seeing the moving averages take on a bullish or bearish context. So this is what we call, they're getting tight, but it still doesn't tell us what direction they're going to go yet. So it's a watch and wait range, and we've seen it do it before. This is nothing new. We see it do it all the time. Every time that it does these little sideways ranges, we come into that same little thing. A lot of the times we've been getting some upside from those, so don't let it freak you out too bad. Bitcoin overall is doing wonderful. And when you zoom out and you think about it just logically for a minute, back in January, ETF news, there was a little bit of a hype and a pump prices up there. ETF news got approved, then Grayscale sell off because that was advantageous for them, selling off. I think we got some minor sell offs. No, we got some minor selling off now. But the legacy market had a big sell-off there to push prices down and gave them a good price to start building some positions in. The ones that could jump in early, the other ones that were still waiting for the approval that didn't front run it, were busy selling, and then 30 days later we start seeing that money starting to trickle back in, and lots of it on top of BlackRock and everybody, you know, all the other ones. We're just talking about the US. We're not talking about other countries. We're not talking about other businesses in other countries, treasuries. Bitcoin's a big ass thing, and this is its cycle right here. This is worldwide adoption cycle we've been waiting on and thought would never, you know, couldn't foresee it happening. We were kind of thinking it'd be 2030, but the pandemic ushered in, I don't know, it just shortened that whole window for us. So it's one of the few good things that came out of that big old mess that we got into. But again, I say we're above the 618, dropping down there. I'm cool with getting below it. Then I'll start getting a little, what's going on here? What's going on? But all this money coming in, but think about it logically. This is the point I was trying to make. This is going to be the base area. This is going to be the floor for the big guys. Think about that. They don't like to lose, and in fact, they want to see this do good. My personal opinion is, you know, $50,000 is, you know, basically around the new floor. Because they know it can go to 100,000. That's what they're even projecting. This gives them a good way to present this to their clients, a way to double it up. And I don't know, 1 to 2 to 3% of a portfolio in Bitcoin that doubles up, and then all of a sudden it's taking up 2 to 6% of your portfolio. So that's my spiel on Bitcoin. And here I am on the perpetual futures here. But she's lost the 9 moving average on the daily. 21's coming in at 49. What are you? 49,700. Right through there. It will fluctuate a little bit, but we should be headed toward that direction after losing the 9. That's our heads up. Plus, she should be coming. We just ran a twisted sister. Oh, please tell me that my microphone is on. Oh, thank God. How's it going, everybody? We got Strega. I seen Strega in here. We got Strega. We got DP. How's it going, Dave? I seen Joe from Trade Intuition in here. Let's go through the chat here real quick. It will be the party symbol. Hey man, I appreciate you doing that. I appreciate you doing that. Supposedly hitting this, I heard it even hitting the confetti one before a stream starts. And I did try it out on one. It helps to get it out there a little bit better. I don't know if it's true or not, but this stuff, I don't know. I don't understand this whole YouTube algorithm, man. I'm just trying to get out here and do what I do and share information. And it seems like I can never get enough out. These streams just go by so quick. It's already 11:16. Can we please look at Jasmy? We sure can. All right, Celinda. Before we do that, let's take a quick look over here at these indices, though. Just give us an idea. Watch the market. That's what we got to do before I make any decisions on altcoins. It's just wise to see what's going on in the market. And I'm on the 4-hour charts here. We're seeing Bitcoin coming down. Total 3. We're still doing good, making higher highs and higher lows, and even hashed out this previous high. We're sitting at $549 billion in total 3 in just all the altcoins. So that's looking good. There's some, you can say, money coming out of Bitcoin, apparently going into some altcoins. Go figure that out. They must be at some juicy prices with the Bitcoin pairs. That's all I got to say. Tether dominance is kind of hanging steady, but underneath this little level right here. Is there a way I can blow this up? I can't on this, can I? But we got a trend line right there, and she's staying right underneath it. Hopefully, come down more, man. We kind of got a megaphone pattern that could drop all the way down. All right, so it looks kind of nice, mostly for altcoins. It doesn't look like they're just going to shoot to the moon, but it looks like they're just making some steady gains from what I can see. If this continues, maybe through midweek, who knows? But Bitcoin dominance going down will definitely help. And if Bitcoin goes sideways, Bitcoin dominance goes on down, maybe we start looking like an alt season. And there's some predictions on that. And some people have been calling it an alt season now. And I don't call these little moves of Bitcoin dominance alt seasons. Those are tiny moves. There are big moves much bigger than that. But any move down on Bitcoin dominance helps outer alts to bring them up. So we're not against it whatsoever. I just think it's a little premature to call this an alt season. You will definitely know an alt season once you go through one. It's like every day you're like, oh my God, my account went up 20%. Wake up the next day, oh my gosh, my account went up another 20%. The next day, you're not going to believe this, but we just went up another 25%. It's crazy. And that's why you don't want to sell out of all your positions too early in the market when things start looking good. That's definitely a mistake that's easy to make. And then you just watch them go higher and higher, and you're like, I'll wait for a pullback, and it may not come. It might. Let's go ahead and look at Jasmy. Thank you, Celinda, for requesting that. Was she on my list? She's the hot one, and I'm liking it more and more. Of course I am, as the price goes up. That just appeals to us when number goes up. When everybody wants it, we all want it, right? Well, she's blasted through all my targets, man. So, I can't see this on the day. What we got? So I just got nothing but a noisy chart here. Looks like we're coming down to some of these little areas. Oh, she came down to, ooh, did she do it perfectly? Or did I... At 12,079, that's definitely got to be a fib. All right, let's clean this chart up and let's look at her with fresh eyes. Elliot, you gonna give me some 5-way bullcrap? Yep. No, well, okay. Yeah. I thought you were, if you called this one a 5, I don't believe that. But this, okay, I might buy that. Did your 4 touch your 2? How did you get that for a? All right. Elliot can be subjective, but not my main trading style. But you see overlaps. Every style seems to there's overlaps. It's amazing, and I like that. I like learning new things. And lately, I've been on a big fib trip. So from this big impulsive move to the upside, we came back down to Charles Dow's number right there. 50% and bounced off of it. I likes it. Honestly, I think this is doing something that's above my pay grade at this moment. I think we're doing one of them Gartleys, which let's not venture into areas that I'm not profound at. So far, this trend line is holding. If it breaks, not good. Not good at all. That one is a line in the sand trend line right there if I've ever seen one on the 4-hour. But the good signs are the 9 moving average is above the 21. Even though price isn't above the 9, it is above the 21. There's a chance for a bounce here. And then things go along their happy little life. And if it bounces off this trend line, well then, now we got something. Now we actually got another AB equals C move type, which would give, you have to do it down to the bottoms there. And it's not a breakout thing, it's a fibby thing. Or it's not a breakout measure move, it's a kind of a fib measure move. So let's go mark this little guy right here, and that's at 2.5 cents. Likes it a lot. I'm going to put a flag over there, or a price thing, as soon as I can find it. Price label. Go get it, baby. And of course, you can connect the dots here, and then you get kind of this maybe kind of a symmetrical triangle-y type thing, which I don't like that pattern whatsoever. But as long as they're staying on the trend line, I'm cool with them. They start forming outside that trend line, and I'm like, well, even if they're forming before that trend line, I really don't like them. They're the most reliable, unreliable pattern out there, in my personal opinion. I avoid them like a plague. But this one looks interesting to me. Now, when you look at all that on the daily, you're like, oh, hell. That's like buying the top. Yeah. I'm not telling you to buy it, but I'm just telling you, it looks like it could be, possibly. Trying to break out one way or the other, man. She's getting squeezed in the channel, and hopefully, the way the moving averages are going here, it should be to the upside. Let me pull out my bigger end moving averages here, just to double check here. Nice, yeah, okay, yeah. Do you see how they're all lined up? They're all in order too. 800, 666. I know it sounds crazy. 360, 200, 150, lined up like a big fan. Just beautiful. So seeing that, feel good. If these were up above here somewhere, I'm like, oh, we're going to run into some trouble here. But no, baby, we've got all that. That's on the 4 hour. Let's see what we got. Anything telling me here on Got some nice crosses over here over the 666 trend line. A lot of them. The 9 already did, the 21, now the 50, now the 100. Now we just got to get the 200 to start working up. That'll take about another week or so. That's a little bare. That's a little dead weight right here, the 300. No. That's just right on. That's right. No, I'm sorry. That is right on target. That's good too. Bigger time frames, moving averages, even the bigger ones, the heavyweights look good. So Jasmy looks strong. She can definitely get pullbacks. Don't get it twisted. 12.5 cents, definitely possible. 800 moving average here on the daily. That's a major one that I would not doubt that it would probably get retested at some point. Maybe that's what it will do if we are in a symmetrical triangle and they do the rabbit run. Well, it comes just right over here. It looked different on the previous chart. It looks a little bit more doable here. Oh, that definitely looks doable. So that's the only caution, watching that trend line, but it looks like she's got a good chance to bounce and maybe do something bullish. Do you want to have some fun? Those want to have some fun? You want to get some hopium? Some hopium? Let's get that hopium. $0.32. And well, this is way the freak out there, okay? This is just like, are you high? 5.8 cents. If this were to play out perfectly in some big ass five wave count to the upside, if by chance this one will qualify as a one wave, it could possibly be going up to 5.8 cents. We have no idea if that's going to do that now. We cannot predict it. It's not predicted. I'm just saying there's a probability out there if that scenario plays out. That's all I can say. I'm not guaranteeing anything whatsoever. However, I need to change the color of that line. So I know this is a fibby. And this one was too, right? That was a 1618. So this one, 3.2, definitely doable. I'll be looking for that one. 5.8, ooh, well, just Don't hold your breath. But if she goes up there tomorrow, I will definitely put it out there that I nailed it. Yes. That's what the YouTubers do. That's what we do, apparently. All right, so I like Jasmy. I've even, got me a little bit of Jasmy here. Woo! Hey, I appreciate all that. Hearts are hundreds. Strega says Lina's going to go up. You want to take a look at Lina? And and I've got to take a look at oraichain too. I thought I did last night, but somebody told me that I didn't, and I may not have. I don't know. I can't remember. Let me knock oraichain out of the way since. So oraichain, they got it over on KuCoin and some other. Ooh, nice baby. Did she or did she not hit her targets? Areas. This trend line. Did she not? I think she even hit the price target. Nailed it. Nailed it. Nailed it. Nailed it. And again, this is not me. This is just. I think this was just the fibs. Man, the fibs are amazing. If you don't have fibs in your life, well, you need to get you some. And I gave you the alpha how to figure all that out, and you can watch me and, do my ways, but there's some more secrets out there that I haven't even discovered. That's why I want to study them bucks. I dare you, outdo me on fibs. Come on, do it. Go do, put the work in. Come here and say, look, no, Road Dog, this is how you do it. Do it. Yes. Whatever it takes for you to get that fire under your butt to get some of these things down, do it. Lucky there. And then we also have another target at 1170. I think that was my little hopium target, if I'm not mistaken. That little, I put that little extra one in because she's really bullish and goes up further. So, so you don't say, oh, Road Dog, you suck. You missed it again. Right now, she nailed it, though. I'm just saying. There's a bigger measure move that we can probably fine tune right there. Where do you come? Let's fine tune it just a little bit. Just squeeze it down just a little bit till it just comes there. It's $22.90. Then we'll take the little price tag, put it right above it there. It's that simple, ladies and gentlemen. You do this 3 times a day, you can be a millionaire in 2 weeks. That makes no sense whatsoever. So now we've kind of identified a little channel that we're in, and definitely looks like reversal area, baby. And unless, I don't know, some miracle happens and we'll see, oh, look, I have lots of money and I need to put it somewhere. Look, oraichain looks like a bargain. It's on fire. I'm a rich, wealthy billionaire retail trader that was stupid money. I don't think it's going to happen, guys. I think it's going to, trend line says good place to bounce, come back down. Maybe even back to like this $8 area. Let's go ahead and bump this little guy up to the topsies there, because that's a new support resistance area. It even tripped if you look. Oh, you have to go in smaller time frames, I guess. Yeah, look, she tripped out on this area right here. Right there. And move it down just a little bit. She flipped it right there. She flipped it on 858. So 858, 860 might get a retracement. However, if she goes, she starts getting above 11.3 or 4 and hanging out there. Oh my gosh. Might be looking at $16. So it might be. I expect a pullback before we do anything major though. But look at the nice rounded shapes we got here. Nice, man. I'm telling you, even back up to the toppy top over here is $19. Oraichain, baby. Loves it. I need to go pull my pools, don't I? If we're getting ready to shift. I've got mine pooled against the against Tether and USDC. And personally, I think right now, seeing this, I could pull out maybe some of that liquidity. Half of it. Wait for a pullback. Throw it back in. I like making money on DeFi too. Man, you looking bullish as all get out, oraichain. Are you coming down? I mean, I got to see some indicators here, man. What you got? Some bearish divergence there. What you got on the daily? You got to have some. Yeah, there's some forming. I thought it was a one. There's a twosie. Are you going to get the threesie? Sometimes they come in threes, man. We got one here. I got one here. Oh my gosh, if you do a threesie, you might make it to 16. Woo, change the game for us. Do it. Maybe you look like an idiot. I don't care. If you're gonna go bullish, I'll look as stupid as you want me to look like. Do it. All right, so we got to take a look at LINA. Quick look at LINA here. Nice, regaining. I'm on the 3-day chart. Sound surprised. Just where I happen to land, but it's a bigger chart, so I likes it. It's got weight. That's crazy. 50 crossed the 200, so that's actually, you know, your death cross. Boom, boom, boom. But look how shallow it crossed, man. That's weak. With the moving averages, the strength is in the cross of them. So I don't know if anybody's ever explained this to you, but if they're doing a shallow cross like this, they can curve right back up, no problem. It's when you get these big kamikaze dives like this. Why can't I draw a straight line? Big kamikaze dives like this, man. Those kind of like this one did. A steeper dive. No bueno. But the shallow ones, they're not much to worry about. Especially on a bigger time frame. It's a good sign. It's not a good sign, but it's not a horrible sign. LINA. Looks like you got a channel thing going on here. Looks like you're trying to break out of this channel here. I'm going to take it to the extremes there because, well, it works. However, the candle body and the wiki wicks will work there. That gives us a measured move to go for. As soon as there is a confirmed breakout. Now notice the 100 moving average is above the 200 right there. That's why I always like to keep my moving averages on my screen. I don't know, I'm just used to them. It helps me know where momentum's flowing. It just tells me where the things are flowing. And then when you compare them on different time frames, I always give them precedent to the bigger time frames. They're the boss. They're, corporals, lieutenants, generals, and however all that stuff works. I was never military. But at a breakout, and it's obviously not this candle. Let's give it a couple of candles here. And a measure move to about 1.6 cents. Just for breaking out of here. And it doesn't mean it's going to stop there. Or have to end there. Nice little measure move. And you could actually, with a breakout like this, do a breakout trade setup. Stop losses, that you got to figure out. But if you're trading a larger time frame, that's not bad. It's on the 3-day time frame, and that's 7% on the spot. 7% is fairly doable. You may even give yourself a little bit more just to be on the safe side. Under these wicks, if you can afford it, that's an 11. I don't know. Depends. It depends on how early you buy. If you're being a degen and front running, well, it may work out for you, but it may bite you in the butt if we get rejected here and come back down. And then you're not going to feel so smart. That's why the OGs start out as degens just like we do. Then after they make a lot of money, then they get by those old boomer rules. Like, no, we're going to break for the actual confirmation. And not just that, we're going to wait till it makes a higher high here, and then we're going to jump in, Sammy. Because then the trend's guaranteed to be making higher highs and higher lows. I don't have to worry about my account going down. You see? You see? You see how that thought process works now? Whereas what I used to do, Sammy, is I used to just jump in early. A lot of times, they wouldn't work out. It wouldn't work out at all. Blew up lots of accounts trying to do that. I got smart though. I started waiting till that breakout. Started waiting for that post retest. Did that for a lot of times. But now putting them bigger trades, my number one rule is to preserve that capital, baby. Number one rule is don't lose. Don't lose money. Rule number 2, seed rule number 1. Yeah. There's all different ways to trade that, just depending on your risk tolerance. And that's why it's so hard, I guess, you know, kind of doing this kind of thing. And, you know, I don't know where you're coming from. You don't know where I'm coming from. We're not looking at things in exactly the same ways, trying to explain them. But even then, what you're working with, what I'm working with, what scares me, what scares you. I've seen a lot. I've been in this thing since like 2013, man. I've seen a lot of crazy stuff. Crypto will amaze you. You can't make this stuff up, man. All right, so LINA, I do see that for a nice little measure move. It could definitely do some more damage there. If you're looking for some higher targets, well, I mean, I would just wait for this area up here. Honestly, we're kind of doing a possible double bottom confirmation, so why not? It's got to come up here in this area, man.
It's not a measure move. You change that right now.
And in the situation like that, you'd be looking at 178%. I don't think I finished my idea here with this trade setup, though. So it's possible trade setup if you buy the breakout, buy the retest of the breakout, just to be
safe.
Confirms above this 200 moving average. That would be a safer front run. Just saying. If you have to degen, I'm on the 3-day here, man. You can come to the 4-hour all you want to. 4-hour says, yeah, that 200 needs to get above that 800 if you want to see any real action. That's what you really need to look at on the 400. Keep that in mind. If you ain't got the 800, then you wouldn't have seen that. Would not have known that. You would say, oh, this looks juicy. Looks so juicy. 800 gives you a little bit of warning, man. This may not be the breakout. I'm just saying. Throwing that out there. Wait for confirmation. 56% gains with a 10% stop loss. It's a 5.28 to 1 risk to reward ratio. Pretty good. Pretty swinging. I liked it. The AP says this morning Ords was on fire. Ordiswap. Boom. On fire. Tell you that's not on fire, baby. That's blast off. We gotta get fireworks and everything on that little guy. All right, so my measured move was 18. I got 18,846 over here. Looks like whole things, and she went all the way up to 21.8. You suck, road dog. Hey,
She got hit.
what could we have done differently? That's the question to ask. You want to look for a 127? You want to bet on it? Swing low, swing high to swing low. Tell me where I'm gonna go. Oh gosh darn it! Did you make that bet? Because technically you wouldn't won because we hadn't hit it yet. We close. For the love of God, hurry up and hit that thing so I don't look like an idiot. Did I mess up? No, I did that right. I'm marking this little guy. Just because. I'll be really disappointed if you don't hit it. I really will be. I don't want you to be too close for horseshoes. Pattern wise, what do we got going on here? We got this channel. Okay, so that's relevant for a retest. If it doesn't get rejected off of this area right up here, then that would signify a very likelihood that we would come back and retest this channel. And she has broke below this wick over here right now, so we're losing it. Only on the 4 hour, still above the 9, so everything's fine. Till that changes, man, there's no need to worry. Way far away from the Ichimoku cloud over here. That's kind of cool. It's when you're right up next close to that green cloud and it's real thick that you gotta start worrying about it. That's usually a down sign right there. So things are looking good. Got a candle body open above there on the daily. Ooh. Ordiswap rocking it with plug gains. She blasted past the measure move, right? Yes, that's what that was. That was the measure move. That was just the EO standard typical measure movie. let's have a little fun, shall we? I've been wanting to do lots of fibby funs. Swing low, swing high, swing back low again. Actually, we go with the first one, right? Right there. And she came up here to here to the 1618. That's exactly what she should do. She can't be, that wick throws it off from doing. It has to still be a 1 by Elliott, because that wick's going to get in the way. Anyway, we're not getting into Elliott. That is, I'm sorry. I don't know why I bring it up. I'm not an Elliott trader. I just use it as a backup for ideas there. And sometimes it helps identify an extra move. All right, so Ordi looks pretty hot, pretty cool. 4 hour looks pretty bitchin'. 1 hour is losing it right now. Nice curve. See if we can identify a trend line here. Oop, there's a big one. She could drop right down there and get that. Well, this is the secondary trend line that we're bouncing off of. That's one we need to see hold right there. There's a good chance that it could. If she doesn't, then you just take your little measured move and it should come right back down to right around those same lines we were just looking at right there. Maybe a little bit off on this area. 13.5 if we lose it. More upside if we don't. We need a target, don't we? You're a onesie, twosie, threesy kind of girl. Let's do it, shall we? All right, since we have no previous price history, right? We don't, do we? No, we don't. And look to the left. I can only go by my fibbies. So I do have a target, 22.5 cents may come. And then if you're looking for a little hopium of 28, don't expect it all at once, people. This could take weeks and weeks. And if it's on a really, really good run, man, maybe 34.5 cents. Just throwing that out there. All right, so CTI. You guys remember us talking about CTI, right? Clintex. Talked about it a few times. That D-pin or D-side play. Boom, on the daily. On the daily. I gotta zoom out to appreciate what we're looking at here and why it was so appealing. Nice double bottom structure. This still has not confirmed until we get up to this 7.5 cent area. And then it's going to take a little time afterward, little pullbacks and little consolidations and things like that. But after that pattern's confirmed, got a measure move that could take us up to 14 cents back up to this WikiWik area. So looking really, really cool. No matter how you looked at it, where you're drawing a triangle, not enough touches there. In my personal opinion, channel worked a lot better. We do have a measure move, I think, for that channel. Yeah, measure move for the channel is taking us up. Let's tighten it up a little bit. I don't want it to miss. It's coming here to 6.2 cents, so that would be, you know, possible place that you can pay yourself and maybe buy more in a pullback. However your strategy is, maybe that's not enough for you. I don't know. We are up since we were looking at this area down here, which for some reason I took the trend line off, but this little kind of area here. From that breakout area, we are up 102% right now. Coming up to the measure move, that would be 182%. Possibilities coming back up here to retest this area would be 241%, meaning CTI is making some X's. And if you were accumulating down here in the bottom, like I know A couple of you were. You're feeling happy. You're like, oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. CTI is a rocket. Don't come a knocking. Crypto Risk says crust. Crust. Let's take a look at CRU here. I have a bias against crust, so I'm trying not to let that influence me. I got caught on the downside, so I got salty. Once bitten, twice shy, so. And she's been doing good. She needs to. Gosh, especially after all this crap. So, all my targets got hit. 239 got blasted. Boom. We're sitting at 205 now. This is daily chart. It got right here. It got hit right here, like that target. All these targets kind of seem kind of relevant. I'm just saying, it's just kind of how it works. All right, this one's done. Let's start all over. This would be a beautiful cup and handle. It might already be. We need to take a look at that. Now, the rules for the cup and handle are technically by Eugene and Neil himself, the one who kind of defined this pattern. Thomas Bukowski had his insights on this pattern. Lots of misinformation, I believe, on this particular pattern. Because like Wyckoff, it's not so much, it's a shape, but there's a series of events that's going on, and it has to do with accumulations. The very best ones have price rising into them, forming a lip, and a very long period. Eugene O'Neill talks about weeks and weeks of making this a round cup shape. And even this could still be part of the cup. So it's not like, oh, there's the cup and handle. Because it's more likely to be forming the handle now, because we actually came up to the lip line. All the ascending cup and handle crap that you call it crap, but it's not what it is. It's a lower, you got a high, low, higher, low with whatever is going on here. The true cup and handles are definitely a rounding shape, and even though this one spiked up here and still came back down, and you might call that a handle. I mean, you could, but I think you might see the possibility of it actually starting to form a newer handle here, maybe coming back to these same areas and then going to the blast off. But the measured move, the way that you do this after you identify the lip area, which we have right there, is same thing. So even if you're doubtful if this is a cup and handle or something, if you zoom out, you got a channel and you got the same measure move, play it as a channel. If you don't know, if it's confusing, because you got the same thing. And the way that you're supposed to play a cup and handle is wait for the confirmed breakout of here and then write it. And then you should get a measured move coming up for this one, about 444 cents, if this is a possible cup and handle playing out, or even just a measure move for a breakout from this channel. That's where we got to look for. Oh, there's something. But it's a good possibility. Might see a rejection here and might actually see a handle form and then price come up and then do that. It's kind of what I'm saying right there. Let's look at some indicators, see if they kind of agree. Daily's got some duck lips trying to form. May not agree. 5-day looks gorgeously strong. 2-week just has a blue line. Weekly looks good. 3-day had duck lips that played out. 3-day looks kind of cool. What's this? Is there a divergence there? We got possible duck lips or a possible cross. If it does cross, remember we narrow. What am I trying to say? The angle of crossing has changed a lot. It's not nearly as bearish. It's leveling out there, so whatever jumps down don't look like they will be too bad. So I would look at this at this level. to make sure. But a confirmed bounce off of here to the upside, you would probably, if you're in crust, you want to be in on it then when that happens. Right now, there's a possibility of it doing a little bit of a pullback. And as long as it doesn't come back below this like 133 area, even below this 125 area, we're good. And this could be, if this is an authentic cup and handle like they're supposed to be, it is one of the very best playing out patterns out there. That's why everybody, that's why you want to find a cup and handle. Let's go over here just really quick. Let's talk about this for a minute, because I don't think enough of this information's out there. That's just my take. But I'll show you where I'm getting my sources from, and then you can make your own decisions. This is Thomas Bukowski, who retired in his 30s after killing the stock market with all this information that he's generated for free. Well, let's go down to the cupsies and the handlesies. Price rising into the cupsies. The cup must have a handle on the right. Cup duration is from 7 to 65 weeks. Of course, we move faster in crypto, so we can get by with smaller times, but just because you see one on a minute doesn't mean that, yeah, you know. All right, so the cup rim should be near the same price level, but you can be flexible, but they should be near. It shouldn't be too far off, too far low, it should be close for it to really play out. Look, right up here, it says overall performance rank. Number 1 being best. This ranks 3 out of 39. If you look for the guidelines for these specifications, you can expect those results. If you just look for something that just kind of looks couple handily, you may get some results, but they're not going to be these kick-ass results that made the cup and handle famous. Maybe that's how I should explain it. For the very best results, follow the guidelines. The other stuff actually turned out to be like scallops and some other patterns, really, if you think about it. It's not pretty juicy, but here, this is where you will get the in. Although we like to kind of front run it and try to get up in on the handle with DGN. That's just, I do. I'm just saying. If you say handle, I mean, even here, good place to get in. But maybe come back down to those same areas before we get a real big breakout. Possibly, quite possibly. Just throwing it out there. CRU, looking awesome. What time is it? Oh man, our hour is almost up and I hadn't got through my list yet. So many things to look at. Got to take a look at Sinverse. Here on the daily chart with Sinverse, got a nice bounce on the daily off the 200 moving average. That's always good. I want to bring up my big old moving averages again, just to see if they got anything to share with us. I don't have enough price history to get them all, but we get the 200 crossing the 360. Bullish. That's all we need to see right there. Sinverse on our way to 2.5 cents, what I got. She needs to pass this area about 15.9. That's going to be a little stickler area all through this little rangey here. Let's draw a box. Hello, box. So this is going to be the kind of, how can we do that? This is the caution area right here. And she could get rejected there, but she could also work her way up through there a little bit and then start hitting our bigger target there. And then look, but wait, there's more. There's also a wick over here at 3 cents. That's worth noting right there. And I'm sure there's a Fibonacci going with it that I didn't mark. I just went ahead and marked this one up here at 3.9, but let's go ahead and mark that little guy. Don't want that. That will confuse me. All right, I'm going to line up right over here. Make him a white line or a gray line. So another good target to look at or get rejected at is 30 cents and not 30 cents. 3 cents and 3.9 would be a nice juicy one, but things are starting to look up. And as soon as we get over these areas here, I believe that was our accumulation zone. Unless I changed something. Yeah. getting above the 16 cents area will be key. We hold that, then we're on a roll. We've got a very good chance to start even doubling up from there, honestly. Sinverse starting to look good, starting to look nice and juicy. Do we want to do a crazy measure move, or did we do it already? Shoulder head, possible shoulder forming here. If you didn't see that. Breakout area. Hey, we got a little conflict. You got too many targets, Road Dog. Just giving you some options, man. Just showing you the different ways to get some targets there. My hope is that I'd go over something that maybe you're not as familiar about, or maybe you hadn't thought about before. And, you know, maybe you can take something away from this. And maybe that will help you and change your life with crypto. And I don't charge for this. I don't have expensive courses or any of that stuff, and I have no desire to do that. That nice measured moves coming in. 3.6 for the actual measure move for an inverted head and shoulders, if that's what we're looking at there. Should we draw it? This little guy over here. You've got to start here, come down to a bottom, go back up to the top of the top there, come back to a bottom, go back to the toppy top. When you get your neckline right, your angle is right, it will turn green for you. And that's when you know you got a good solid neckline, which is very important for inverted or any kind of head and shoulders. A lot of times people just look at three humps and not really paying attention to that neckline, and then you wonder why it didn't play out. It's kind of like where are you? I never can find my tools. It's kind of like when price is coming down and price is something like this, and I can't believe I've seen two influencers do this. We're at a bottom, seriously, like near a trend line, a major trend line, a major area of support, and we do a head and shoulders. This type is a top pattern. If it shows up on the bottom, something's wrong. It's not as likely to play out because it's a reversal pattern. How can you reverse a bottom from a top with a top pattern? So I see lots of crazy stuff out there that doesn't make sense, and of course it did not play out. I'm just saying. When it comes to patterns, you got bottom patterns, you got top patterns, and then you got the continuation patterns, which are in the middle. Cup and handle is actually one of those continuation patterns. Let's take a look at let's take a look over here. Trade Intuition. Hey, you was gifted a membership. Awesome, Haven. Appreciate it, Haven. Haven's always gifting them memberships. DP, I like the 2 Haven waiting on my cell phone. That 2's kind of bitching. I like that. I don't know why. It's a number 2. But it looks cool. Is XRP ever going to break out? Good Lord. XRP. Talk about a coin with opportunity cost. And talk about people having to have patience to deal with this little guy. This is cool. I see this shape a lot. Now, I see it at the bottoms because it looks like, you know, it reminds me of Bart Simpson's butt crack. That's the first thing I want to think about when I'm doing around the bottom. But I also see this a lot, and I haven't found anything definitive on it yet, but I'm still looking. But it's where price will come down. It'll do like this. It's kind of like a W, but usually, well, it does has like the little spiky spike. It's a certain way. It's not a W. It's not a W bottom. I have to find one of those examples, but it's a certain way that these angles, yeah, it's the way these price angles come in. And the closest thing I can think about is like a diamond, but that doesn't really fit the situation. But I do see that kind of happening in diamond patterns. A lot of times it seems like they end up being bullish, those little formations where the angles change. But nice rounding here with the butt crack. So that's what we got. I wish we had, we don't, do we? This goes back to, no, that's as far as you go back. That's it, XRP. So I can't really say that this is a double bottom scenario because we got a higher, the butt crack goes up to the neckline, to the belly button. I don't know how to do that. We could guess it, we could ask. I mean, I've already played that situation before, not realizing that we had 18 cents there. I mean, if it was a double bottom scenario, still you got a channel that you're working on. If price does come up here, we confirmed the channel, and so it can still work out to like 375, but right now that's just kind of, we're reaching at some straws there, baby. I want some more concrete evidence. So will it ever break out? I'm on the 5-day chart here. I'm going to move this little guy because we're holding that trend line, making progress. Let's go to the, that looks, oh, what's this? You give me a reverse duck lips on the 5-day? That's scary. No. MACD says XRP going down. That's what MACD is saying, pretty loud and clear. On the monthly, it's starting to have a bearish turn, and if you can see, we're curving over. I mean, it's got to cross before it can confirm, and that will be a couple of months away. It doesn't look like the next 6 months are going to look very favorable for XRP, just from what I'm seeing on the monthly chart. It's already crossed on the 2-week chart. She did duck lips, looked like she was doing something positive, then came up and lost it. And we got a 0 line right here. And if the things start moving down there, then we're getting definitely back into bearish territory. Not good. 2-week. Kind of bearish here. Bearish and iffy. Trying to be bullish on the 3-day. Getting really tired on the 1-day. It's not looking, it's not, the chart looked like we have hope that the trend line would hold, but what I'm seeing on MACD, it does not look like it's got very much strength, and she's already broke through here one time. Let's turn on our, let's get a second opinion from the big, oh, we got the big guys on. Okay. So we got the 360, and it's being relative here. It's just now coming to play. It just started right over here. Resistance, tried to be support, was it? And it's acting as a resistance now. 360 moving average, it plays in. Let's go to the daily. What can we see here? Daily's had, Lord, XRP, what's going on with you, man? What's the deal? I thought things were supposed to get better. Look, the 800 moving average is down and to the right. 666 moving average down and to the right. 800's above that one. Those are two very heavy ones down and to the right in reverse order, in bearish order. Pulling the 200 down there, pulling them all down there. This looks, it does not look, I'll be surprised if this trend line holds. If we get a bounce here, man, but the bigger time frames are saying it don't look good. So if you want to bounce, you need to do something fast, hard, and heavy here, man, because losing this, it kind of looks rough. Where would you go? So I mean, I can't even see all that now. Let's take a look. That's interesting. 886, that should be a bottom for definitely. That should be a bottom. It may be coming back down to retest it, try to double bottom there. That might be what we're looking at. If that trend line doesn't hold, 32, oh God, that would suck. Coming back to around 32 cents. I'm not saying it hasn't happened yet. We're holding the 786 area. That's gotta hold. You gotta see that hold. Your upward targets, you know, you got 81, $1.02. Those sound great, but if the bigger time frames just really really make me wonder about this. This says I got a different trend line here. I'm taking a more major trend line. One on the 5-day. And then we got this secondary, which is the one that we're kind of looking at. That's the one that we're breaking. Okay, and here was our main trend. Okay, I feel better about that. Does it extend? Yes, there we go. All right. Just took a minute. Had to zoom out, way out, to get the true story here. All right, so good. Good. That I don't feel as bad about. Should just done that at the beginning. All right. Liner up as good as we can get. I like that. Okay. We'll get this figured out. So she's breaking the trend line that she's working on. And I doubt that one holds, but now this one looks a lot better. This one could actually catch it. That's better, around 42 cents, somewhere through there. Because if this one fails, I mean, you've been holding this trend since March 2020, since Corona came around. Oh, there's some. That's weird. Weird that you would pick that one to line up to so nicely. Line up there, line up there, line up there, line up there. I think we've identified a channel. And maybe some of the angle. All right, so I like that. I like that a lot. I like that better. And then that gives you a target right around $1. Psychological resistance would be there too. She may hold this level. This is a Fibonacci area. If she doesn't and she loses that trend line, either one of those coming down maybe 42 cents, wherever it lines on this trend line here. That's a good solid trend line. So not looking quite as bad, because I was looking at 32 cents. That was the only thing, and it still could. I don't want to see that happen at all, but this should be a major trend line. So I'm going to take 32 off the table there. Hopefully this will turn around, man. It's just, jeez. But then again, a lot of it has to do with how many tokens there are. And maybe all the big bankers and all that will buy up all that many, but gosh darn it. I don't know what they got going on, to be honest with you. Take a look at dogwifhat over on MexC. On the daily show. All right, so we got a breakout of this little guy. Cool. Did not come all the way down to the bottom of it. That's cool. Did come right and nailed the little target. Here's a fib, y'all. I'm just saying, and nailed it. Okay, maybe I missed it by just fractions of a penny. 7-1. You don't have to nail it. Do not get in your head that you have to nail these things, because that just messes with your head. It's cool when it happens, and it's just the TA that does it. It's the fibs. It's the measure moves. It's not my psychic powers. I got through out of that program. Nice little trend line here. Let's get rid of some of this other stuff, because now we're starting to see the little channel that we are in. We got confirmed touches there. Gives us something to work with now. I'm going to go from the wicks. It lines up with the candle bodies pretty good, so I like that. That actually kind of works pretty well. Wick here to wick there. That's 2 touches, counting a wick through it. 2 touches and 2. I've still not got enough, really. I like to have 3 touches. 2 touches on one side, 3 on the other is what we're trying to shoot for. I'm going to cheat and just go to the candle body there. We'll see how this goes out. Looks like she's coming to the upside there. And we could be somewhere around 57, 58 cents out of Whiffy. That's cool. Sitting at 37 cents now. That could give us some gains up there to what, 58% gains? Let's do it, Whiffy. Whippy. Oh, I saw one that was, oh yes. This one looked interesting. And I've talked about this one before. This is Opulous. It's on MexC and on KuCoin. Do I have anything here that we need to, I don't think so. No targets or anything. Okay, cool. We can clear this out. And let's go to the weekly. Looky here. Okay, first look at the patterns. First look at price action. What we got going on? Definitely at a bottom scenario here, like at 4 cents, right? Right up here is a good neckline, even though you got some wiggle room there. Could be. See lots of this. Double bottom, reversal pattern. At the very best places to accumulate this little guy in the market. But the weekly, and right there, yeah, let's mark this guy. It's our accumulation zone right here. Anything below 28 cents is technically freaking awesome for this when you look back on it like 10 months from now. Like, oh yeah, definitely should have. I should have got somewhere under there. Getting above that, we would come to around 68 cents and could look a lot higher. I'm not trying to really do this right now. I'm trying to get over here to show you what I see on the weekly, which is right here. Duck lips. So we're getting a nice little flip-flop here on the MACD where she's just doing a 180 reversal there. Looking nice to me, getting ready to take over that 100 moving average. I likes it. I'm in on this one. I've been on this one for a while and I've got mine staking and everything. It needs to get above 15, 16 cents. 19 cents will be the top of that wick. She's getting ready to do it. She's getting ready to confirm that, and we have to see whether she flags out underneath it, comes back for a little bit, or if she breaks to the upside and starts heading to the upside. But definitely an accumulation, which means that if you're interested in finding one that's still an accumulation, this happens to be one that is. And this little guy went all the way up to $7 before. We're sitting at 12 cents, so its own Algorand. It's a music play that actually has artists. It's a cool concept. Yeah, I suggest that you do a deep dive if you want to learn more about it. Let's getting back up there would be 7,000% gains. I'm not saying that we're going to, although we very likely could. I've heard one person think that this one's going to go to $80, so I don't know. What I do know is that this little 618 has some congestion up there, and 473 sounds like a good place to shoot for, in my personal opinion. Because if she doesn't go to her all-time highs, there's a good chance that she can at least come back to her magical fib area, that little place in the middle that just feels that warm, comfy spot that's just right, that we just kind of go to. And even that, from where we are now at 12 cents, if you're patient, which I got to be, 38,000% gains. Put $1 in, take 3,800 out. Crazy when you think about it that way, isn't it? Crazy. But just because I'm in it does not mean that you have to be. But I figured if any of you guys are, see what's coming up, because now we're starting to make some gains, man. Because she's been down here about 9 cents for the longest. But she's looking good on the weekly. That was a strong one that I saw on the weekly. And also, what else was doing? ZILLIQA. I think we already talked about this one. She's already starting to move. We looked at ZILLIQA on the weekly too, and she was doing the same thing. Doing those old duck lips. And here we got ZILLIQA at 2.5 cents now. She looks like she's making an Adam and Eve pattern, which would confirm when it gets up here at 3.5 cents. Now, when she gets up there, I'm looking to see whether she can whether she flags out below it or comes back down below it, because they can do that. Sometimes they can even get a double booty going, and I know. But if she comes up above it and flags out, that's a much better sign for more up the up. And it's got a measure move that takes us up to about 5.7 cents on Zilliqa, which is not bad. Much like the other one we were looking at, Opal, which was 12 cents. Zilliqa sitting here at what, 2.5 cents. Getting up there is going to be 128% gains, that measure move. Just getting up to this neckline, belt line, I should call it. Adam and Eve, a fig leaf line. That's 42% gains. This is the 200 moving average. That's not a yellow mark, although I am prone to do that. Telling us that 5 cents will be a testy period for it. That gives you just enough room to moonbag this baby, pull your capital out, and just have a bag of Zilliqa that you can just let ride for however long and double, triple, quadruple in price and just fill out some whenever you need it. That's how I'm working on it. I would, one of the things we're talking about how it's difficult to kind of do this because everybody's so different. There are all kinds of different trading types. Now I put something over here on, and it came from Thomas Bukowski, but he goes through and he talks about the different type of traders and what might fit for you. If you're working full time, you're probably falling down here at the bottom, being either just an investor or a position trader. I fall more into the position trades because, well, that's my strategy for this bear market, to position trade it, get in early, build up positions. I wish I'd build up bigger positions now and on fewer coins. I would do that differently. I tried to do it, but I got degenny. But I'm doing a lot of position trades, and then with swing trades, position trades can they can go a while. They can go for months, weeks or months, and I fall into that category on a lot of the trades that I've got because I'm waiting for some bigger numbers and bigger multiples. And they're doing good now, but they're going to do so much better. Swing traders, usually, you know, you're going from either minutes to days and sometimes up to weeks. So I fall usually between here. Now I do some day trading on perpetuals, so I would fall into the gap. But even then, I think you'd probably have to say that my perpetuals, a lot of them fall into swing trades too, because they'll last several days to maybe a week or two. So I kind of thought this is kind of where I'm comfortable and how I work things out. But then you got your day traders, and then you got your scalpers, which takes up a lot of time, puts you at risk for, you know, a lot more taxable events if you think about it. There's some downsides, in my personal opinion, the scalping. Another well-known person that was also in a trading group that me and Joe were in, they have a daytime show, and they talk about swing trading a lot, and they do, and I can tell that they position trade mostly. They're mostly position trade too. They don't talk about it as, I don't know, as much. But when they're doing their daytime show, they're scalping, just in and out, and just 3%, 5%, 2%, whatever, just a little bitty thing. It's very tedious, and I'm not a fan of scalping. It's not my go-to. If I see something really good and juicy, maybe. But it's good to just kind of figure out your risk, what your trading style is, and that's a very important part of making this all work for you. Position trading and swing trading, beautiful, especially if you're working too. If you got a job, yeah, these last three they're made for you. And then pretty soon you can decide if you want to keep that job or not. Zilliqa doing pretty dang well. I got a bag of this I've had for a while because I played it before. I'm going to play it again because she got up to 25 cents. She is making lower highs each cycle, so there's a possibility she may not get above 15 to 18 cents this cycle. That's how I'm looking at this. So I'm planning to have a lot of my bag taking out. What am I trying to say? Selling a lot of mine at these areas. It'll take a long time to get there, but hey, man, when she moves quickly. That's the beautiful of Zilliqa. XAi. Got this over on Binance, and gosh darn it, If she didn't nail my measured moves and all my fibs right now. 140 and 149. We're sitting at 148 right now. I should be taking pictures of all this stuff. I don't know. Maybe I should. Well, this was kind of wild trying to figure out what was going on very early on in the game there. We came out with this. I put these out over here before any of this happened. And I'll show you exactly what I did. Was it swing high to swing low? Oh, we did the other way. Did we not? Well, hell, now I can't What the hell, you suck, road dog? What the? Give me a second. I gotta remember my train of thought. And what time frame we're on. Which one went where? You went here to there. Okay, swing high. Swing low. Tell us where we're going to go, right? Swing high. It price started down here. It went up high, and then it came back down into this bottom. That's how I have to measure my Fibonacci. Swing high to swing low. The 127. And technically it's the 1.382. Might as well throw this one on here too. Could hit 166 since we're talking about it, since we're up here. She's looking bullish. If she's going to go higher, well, that would be my next target for her, but I'm going to say we're pretty much nailed that one way early in the game with fibs. That's why I say, I know when I'm drawing those fibs out, it looks crazy until that one day when it happens. And there we go. I need to put that on the vanity wall. I need gains. We mentioned over here, so you could have technically got in here and be up 128%. I don't know. It's apparently a thing that you do this kind of stuff. And
Yay! Look what we did. Join my trading group.
Give me $100 a month so I can tell you that you can, I don't know, whatever they do. Copy image. Yes, I want to copy the image and put it on our little vanity wall. What was his XAi? Nailed our targets. What was the gain? We got 125% gains. So I guess we'd say now this should be, it's got to get a pullback. We're in reversal zones here, right? So if you're playing this one and if you're not taking profits, why not, man? Because it's time to start paying yourself, man. You might get up to 166. That's not a guarantee though. Although on the 6 hour, she is liking that non-moving average. She's not liking it on the 4 hour. She's starting to flirt with breaking that little guy. Nice parabolic move though. XAi, let's identify that curve. Look at that curvaceous curviness. If she can stay within this, we could be working on 1, 2, 3 big ass. Oh, do you want to know? Should we do one? We should do a. Oh no, everything. Jeez. We got a freaking party going on here. Alright. That's not going to be that impressive. Okay, you went down, you went up, sis, and then you came down, sis. The 1618 speaks to me. If you want a full blast of hopium for XAi, if you want a moon boy target for XAi that actually could really hit $4.67. And all those juicy little spots in betwixt. I know it sounds crazy until that one day when you look back and you say, damn, the fibs have power. I'm just telling you. And again, if you are interested in doing a deep dive into fibs over in the student chart area, I do have the advanced guide to something blah, 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 blah. The advanced guide to Fibonacci trading. And also this big book, if you bought it on Amazon, it would be $70. Fibonacci Trading, How to Master Time and Price Advantage. Free information over there for you, so that you can grow as a trader. Nice support resistance flip area right here. Boom, likes that. That's what, 121. If there is any kind of retest, that would be the area to look for. However, this little guy looks like she wants to do some damage. Let's go take a look at her indicators on the bigger time frames. How likely is it for you to do something crazy like this? You're trying to go parabolic. Now, am I saying this parabolic move is going to go up there? No, I'm not. No, I'm not. What I'm saying is that we could be starting a very bigger mover. This bigger move that's going to have 3 humps and then a big dump, but 3 humps that could take us up 467. And it's all hopium at this moment. Right now, we're just worrying about getting up to 166. That's it. And from 166, we're looking at getting to 193. If we can pull that off, we're doing good. That's all we need to worry about right now. The rest was purely for entertainment purposes only. That might actually play out. And if they do, I'm going to come up with the wildest graphics saying, we nailed it. Because that's the cool thing to do on YouTube. Oh Lord, I lost all my chats. Make sure I didn't miss anything here. Time is now 12:30. It's about time for me to wrap up here. Just making sure I didn't miss anything. Won all my XRP from a trading contest on BMEX in 2019. Ooh, congratulations, man. On a trading contest too. Haven might have skills. Sounds like Haven's got skills. Somebody's still hitting that. Woo, let's hit it. Oh! Grimmer says DIA. Haven says, what is DIA? DIA was it was an oracle. And I think maybe they still, we looked at it recently. We have looked at it recently on which other website, but for the life of me, I cannot remember exactly the narrative. They did start out as an oracle play, but I think they're getting more Web3-ish. Oh, you got to zoom out on this guy. There's too much noise. Bottom, juicy place, anywhere 50 cents below accumulation. This is beautiful. Even at 53 cents, you know, it's still a good place to buy. When you look back in 6 to 8 months, you're going to say, gosh darn it, I should have bought more there. Why am I so stupid? Why didn't I do it? Why didn't anybody tell me that I should have bought more there? But you're under accumulation, so if you're trying to buy more and get a big bag of it, this is the good place to top it off right now. Because she's getting ready to break out of this accumulation, and, you know, we're at 53 cents now. I got a little lame-ass target at 72 cents. The real ones are going to come in where all the chop is over here and where our Fibonacci's line up, giving us confluence. And that's at 96 cents. And then even over here, $1.52 and higher. I mean, we're going to $2. We're working our way there on DIA. And it's been there before. I remember it trading around $3 for the longest time. And then she got up to what, 4 something? So cool. It looks good for me. Accumulation, you can't beat that. Playing the long game, that's how you win on these guys. But man, it does take a lot of patience. But eventually those multiples, they come. I've still got my eye on flow because I like the fundamentals of flow. And it is at accumulation too, juicy bottoms, and the longer that they stay in accumulation like this, the more explosive the run. And look, we know we've got a good shot of it running to $6. Right up here, the $5.50 to $6. There's just nothing in there to stop us, right? So getting in at these juicy accumulation areas, and right now it's at our lowest zone for accumulation right here that we're getting ready to break out of. One of the lowest. It's in the low areas, right? So I see good things coming from flow, man. We're sitting at like $1.07 right now, with the possibility of, with its partnerships and everything, it wouldn't surprise me that we go back to see $30 or more. We're sitting at $1 now. That's like 30x or more. And if it takes off, if you're not familiar with the partners, they're like the big names, NBA. Oh gosh, I can't even remember. They're just huge. What if $45 came into the picture? What if 57 came into the picture? It's just some, you know, I'm just saying, fibs don't lie. Just got to see price action has the momentum to reach those areas. But here, when you buy the bottoms or accumulate at the bottoms, you're taking the least amount of risk. But when she starts getting up around $4 or $5 and everybody starts paying attention to flow and like, oh man, I need to get in on flow. Well, that's you're more risk for it to come down and watch your capital go bye-bye, or at least dwindle away for a while. So any coin, whether it's flow or whatever, at the bottoms, an accumulation, man, this is your rare chance. This is your last chance before this ship sails, and these trains are starting to leave over these next few months, especially after this halving comes in, what is that, 2 months or less? Yeah, the altcoins are going to go, and you're not going to see these prices again for about another 2 years, and you're not going to be nearly as excited about it as they come down here again. CTSI, cartesi. Also, accumulation starting to leave that zone now, starting to leave its major accumulation zone now. Just confirmed it's double bottom, giving us a measured move. Next big measured move target, 62 cents, sitting here at 36 cents. If she flags out down here, I would look for a pullback somewhere to 26, 27, 28 cents. But if she makes it above there, 62's on the way, man, and see where we go from there. Don't say you didn't know about it. Take a quick look at arweave. Also starting to work on breaking out of this accumulation zone right through here. We're starting to doze it, baby. Now she could still come down to these other areas, $10 or something. So she still might be in a big range here. Don't want to cover that red. That means something else to me. But let's go ahead and get it. Let's identify our range. Accumulation's right here. We already broke out of it. Nice. So could retest that, could not retest that. If it does, that's a great place to get in and nibble. This is the real target, I believe, right here. Coming in about 33. 27 could give it a little bit of a hiccup, but I think it's probably have enough strength to get past it, maybe up to 33. Breaking once it gets past this little area, when it has got past that area, it may come back and retest that area, which would be a cool place to kind of jump in and get in. Right now, it's just coming up to retest the measure move that it hit before, kind of like. I can't say that it just perfectly nailed it because there's just a little bit of space in between there, but this one may do it. For how much? Where we are at currently, 190% gains from where we looked at this and the buy zone. Nice. Counting, assuming that I didn't move that or something. Where oh, from the breakout. Yeah, the breakout area. Even buying above the breakout. Nice. Got a trend line here. Also giving a little bit of resistance. Keeping our eye on that. Let's change this. That's not really appropriate. This is what we got. So we're doing one of these megaphone patterns that can just bounce off the walls until one day that they no longer do. Nice. Not exactly a rounding bottom, but you do have the shallow falling wedge, and then you have the megaphone, and you see that happen in a rounding bottom. It's just a little bit more flat here. Accumulation, it'll break out, and this one got up as high as 72, as high as $90. Where are we at right now? 15? And it may go higher. If you want hopium, I don't know if anybody's in this with arweave. Let's get a few of our little hopium targets out. Because I think I've seen you some examples of on the smaller things and how these targets actually, they're relevant. They do get hit, and they often get hit nicely. That 127 fib, that's one of the coolest things I ever learned with TA. And it was just having to decipher a bunch of stuff. $114. That's a 10x. Possible. If things go really well for arweave, which it probably will. Is it worth waiting that long for a 10x? Well, that's for you guys to decide. There might be faster horses, and well, there will be faster horses and slower horses out there. It's gotta be better than XDB. That poor coin. All right, guys, I think I went over enough of the coins. I think I hit all the ones that I put out on Twitter. And I appreciate you hollering at me over on Twitter. You can ask for your coin request over there. Also, in the comments on this video, the live streams here, for the comments, not the chat, but the comments, that also helps the algorithm too. So I appreciate all of you guys that, even a silly comment, I don't care. It all helps. I really appreciate it. And I do try to respond to everybody. Got some notifications. Oh, got some likes. Cool. I came over here for a reason, didn't I? Squirrel brain. Oh, okay, yeah. Just make sure I'm covering the coins over here. I didn't cover ZETA. We didn't go over ZETA, so let me go over ZETA. Hot new coin. I think it's a layer 1. Best of my memory tells me. We're losing. Are we losing it? Got some things going on. Gotta see if we're going to hold this area or not. Looks possible. Ooh, you're getting juicy here. I like that. What are we on, the 1 hour though? Okay, that's not really giving us very much. Depends on how you look at it. Be looking. I used to always take these and put them on the breakout to the upside, and you can, but Mr. Bukowski says it works out better this way, so this is how I do it. $373 could be coming out of this guy ZETA. That sounds juicy. We're at 235 now. I'm cool with that. Okay, anything else that kind of tells me that could happen? I like to look for confluence. You give me in a confluence, an 886 fib. I like to have a few other lines up there. I didn't see the confluence I would look for that was that's a measure move too, wasn't it? So take that for what it's worth. Makes me wonder, is there confluence if I go to the top side? Somewhere around price breakout. A little closer to that, in my personal opinion. Interesting. See how this plays out, but she has a good chance to break to the upside. Got a following channel here. Could be a bull flag or play it as a bull flag on the 1 hour here. Looks pretty cool. ZETA. And we got flokisafemoon. Let's check it out. flokisafemoon 40C3. Oh, she's moving again. Good, good. She got a little bit stagnant down here for a little while. So still trying to figure out the measure moves here. So let's, because we don't have a breakout to figure them out, right? That was a possible, yeah, keep that one. I could keep that one. Those areas are still valid. Make sure you guys can see what I've got here. I forget when I come over here that I have stuff on the screen. It can hide some of it. So this trend line needs some adjusting. She did get above it, so that's cool. We're hoping for maybe a cup and handle situation. Looked like it could be possible. We wicked way down, too far down. It just started just ranging out here for the longest, but now we got a nice little move up on, this is what, the 4 hour time frame that we're looking at here. That's a nice move. I think you're giving me, oh, you're still not giving me percentages. Oh, that's a nice 87% move there. So we're trying to look for the top of this trend line, basically, to work our way back up there and then try to get a move to the upside. So it needs to come up and hit that area. Let's see if we can get a price on it. Wherever it is, right above price. So it's in this area, 9 zeros and 29.44. We're at 9 zeros and 20.42 right now. So 29.44 and 35.06 are the two major targets that I'm looking for right there. And eventually when she can get a breakout above the 35 area or 34.52 area, then we can start looking at doubling up pretty nice there. And it could be a big wick like what we saw over here. That would be cool. So nice to see this moving to the upside there. Getting a little life there. Cool. All right, guys, that is all I got for tonight. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. If you can, hit that like button. Maybe even tickle those little lazy little thingies. I don't know. They seem to supposed to do something. No problem, my man. Thanks for stopping by, dude. All right, guys, I'll be back again tomorrow evening. And just trade carefully. It is Fake Out Monday. No telling what they're going to do with old Bitcoin and the market, but it looks to me like Bitcoin wants to come down. That's what I'm seeing on the bigger time frames. That not major, but the bigger time frames are looking kind of tired to me. So trade carefully, but it may help out our altcoins. If Bitcoin can just continue sideways or maybe just a little down and sideways and Bitcoin dominance keeps coming down, our altcoins are going to be doing good. So let's get out there and make that money. Get that life-changing money. Thanks for hanging out with me. See you tomorrow night, guys. God bless y'all.
Come on, come here, bud. Come on. You freaky dog. I don't need to analyze. Every word that comes out is a lie. Make it look like you're so ice. You won't make it to the finish line. Now if you gotta know the truth was gonna let you go. You was fine, never mind, unpredictable. Feet eye off the ground, you ain't no one. You a star, blow it up like supernova.
Ben Franklin claimed that this was the real cause of the American Revolution. Most of the founding fathers realized the potential dangers of banking and feared bankers' accumulation of wealth and power. Jefferson put it this way:
I sincerely believe that banking institutions are more dangerous to our liberties than standing armies. the issuing power should be taken from the banks and restored to the people to whom it properly belongs.
That succinct statement of Jefferson is, in fact, the solution to all our economic problems today.
Here's how it works. They print it, we borrow it, and we pay them interest.
This is garbage. This is garbage. Your people in South Africa, you have your rand, right? That's going to zero. That's going to zero. This is going to zero too. Euros are going to zero. The yen's going to zero. The Chinese currency is going to zero. It's all going to zero against Bitcoin. If you don't understand that yet, you're going to be impoverished. You're going to be on the street. You're going to be begging. You're going to be out of business. You're going to be toast.
James Madison, the main author of the Constitution, agreed. Interestingly, he called those behind the central bank scheme money changers. Madison strongly criticized their actions.
History records that the money changers have used every form of abuse, intrigue, deceit, and violent means possible to maintain their control over governments by controlling money and its issuance.
The battle over who gets to issue our money has been the pivotal issue throughout the history of the United States. Wars are fought over it, depressions are caused to acquire it. Yet after World War I, this battle was rarely mentioned in newspapers or history books. Why? By World War I, the money changers, with their dominant wealth, had seized control of most of the nation's press.
The sharing of biased and false
news has become all too common on social media.
More alarming, some media outlets publish things they aren't true without checking facts first.
Unfortunately, some members of the media use their platforms to push their own personal bias and agenda to control exactly what people think, and this is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
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 This is extremely dangerous to democracy. All the
exactly what people think, and that is our job.
Yeah, that is our job.
You have owners. They own you. They own everything. They own all the important land. They own and control the corporations. They've long since bought and paid for the Senate, the Congress, the state houses, the city halls. They got the judges in their back pockets, and they own all the big media companies, so they control just about all of the news and information you get to hear. They got you by the balls.
These authoritarians hate Bitcoin, and they for the same reason. Why do they hate Joe Rogan? Because they can't control him. He's not subject to their authoritarian power. Why do they hate Bitcoin? Because they can't control it.
There's only one useful thing that any of us can do every day when we get up. One thing that matters above all. That one thing is convince someone to convert some other form of property into Bitcoin.
By a show of hands, how many people hold Bitcoin? Not bad, not bad. What I would recommend highly for anybody who doesn't, get off zero, like today. We'll talk a little bit about it. But what is it? It's an open, decentralized network that's open for anybody, and no one can stop it. It's impossible to stop.
It's impossible to stop.
Come on, come here, bud.